Today we're diving into one of the most impactful lessons Jesus ever taught about money, responsibility, and purpose. The parable of the talents. This story is packed with wisdom about how we're called to manage the resources God has entrusted us with. So grab your Bible, open up to Matthew 25, and we're going to be going through 14 through 30. So in Matthew 25, Jesus tells the story of a man who goes on a journey and entrusts his servants with his wealth. Let's break it down. The man gives one servant 5 talents, another 2, and the last one 1. He gives each of them according to their abilities and then leaves. When he returns, the 2 servants had multiplied their talent, but the third, he buried his and returns only what was given. Now, talents in this context were large sums of money, but the lesson applies to so much more than finances. Jesus is teaching us about stewardship, responsibility, but also growth. Let's unpack this together. What does it mean to be a steward? At its core, stewardship means managing something that doesn't belong to you. In the parable, the servants were entrusted with their master's wealth. And it's the same for us today. Go back to Psalm 24:1. It reminds us the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. That includes our money, time, skills, and opportunities. So being a steward means recognizing that everything we have belongs to God, and we're responsible for using it wisely. Stewardship really isn't about ownership, it's about trust and accountability. Let's talk about the 2 faithful servants. They didn't just hold onto their master's money, they multiplied it. So what does that teach us? Well, number 1, it teaches us that God values effort and initiative. They took what they were given and made it grow. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They acted.
Number 2, fear hinders stewardship. The third servant let fear stop him. He said, "I was afraid," and buried the talent. Fear leads to stagnation, not growth. Number 3, faithfulness leads to a reward. The master praises the first 2 servants. "Well done, good and faithful servant." Their faithfulness led to greater responsibility and joy. So here's the big question. Are you using what God has entrusted you to grow and bless others? Or are you holding back out of fear? Let's bring this into today's world. How can we apply the lessons of the parable of talents to managing our finances? Start with what you have. You don't need $1 million to be a good steward, whether it's $10 or 10,000. Use it wisely.
Number 2, invest in the internal things. Consider how your money can impact others for God's kingdom. Can you give to a ministry? Support a mission? Help someone in need? 3, plan and grow. Just like servants, we're called to multiply what we have been given. This could mean creating a budget, creating a savings plan, or investing responsibly. Sometimes we bury our talents by being afraid to take risks or thinking we do not have enough to make a difference. Remember, God isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for faithfulness. I want to ask you, what has God entrusted to you? Let's pause for a minute. Think about what God has entrusted to you. Maybe it's your income, your possessions, your time, your skills, opportunities to serve or help others. The question is, are you using these resources to your full potential? Are you bearing them? I encourage you to take some time to reflect, time to pray, and ask God to show you areas where you can grow in your faithfulness. Remember, stewardship isn't just about money, it's about your whole life. Stewardship is one of the greatest opportunities we have to honor God. It's not about how much you've been given, it's about what you do with what you have. If this video has encouraged you, give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe for more biblical insights. In the next video, we'll explore how to find contentment in every financial situation. Until then, keep seeking God's wisdom and remember, well done, good and faithful servant. God bless.